So I have a question.
Yes.
Oftentimes, churches are trying to figure out their storage solution, the logistics for storage. How do we determine, and how would we recommend, and what solution would we recommend for a church when it goes to portability? And here's the thing, it's kind of a trick question because every solution is different.
Every solution is a little different.
But walk me through pros and cons for all of it.
Oh gosh, okay. So this is a super loaded question, especially for me, because I have mildly strong feelings about this topic. As you well
love
know,
box trucks. You hate trailers.
No, that's a terrible thing to say. Okay, so here's the deal. The reality is we have spent the last 32 years defining and redefining and reconfirming the best way and the most efficient way to transport your system to and from your desired location.
Okay.
Period. Okay. To date, after thousands of systems,
okay,
truck and trailer is still the most effective, most efficient mode for transporting your stuff.
Okay.
Full stop.
Okay.
Okay. Now, let's come back to that. We're going to put truck and trailer here. We'll pick it up in a second. Let's put it down for a second. Now, we do get the question all the time of, hey, I want to use box trucks. What should I know? You should know that that's a bad plan.
Okay.
Listen,
Why?
Here's what I'll tell you. If you are in downtown New York, right? If you're in Manhattan, we can talk. Box truck might actually be the best way.
On-site might even be better.
I was going to say, I was going to get to that. If you are in a really, really tight urban context, somewhere, okay, I can make a good argument for it, and sometimes that might be the right solution.
Okay.
If it's that tight, on-site storage is probably the better solution if you can get it, and I understand most of the time you can't.
Yeah.
But if you can, then yes, that's the right answer. So on-site storage, shipping container, I'm a huge fan of shipping containers if you can get them and the facility will allow you to drop one on the property that's relatively close to where you're going.
Sure.
And that's going to be dependent too on the climate that you're in. If you're in San Diego, no big deal, right?
Yeah.
You can, if you're on one end of the parking lot and the school's on the other, it's 75 degrees.
Yeah.
You can push the case.
Yeah.
Big deal. If you're in Minnesota and it's January, that's a terrible idea, right? Now,
there's some cons to them though, as
there
well.
are.
One of the big ones for me is outreach, right? Like we have tons of churches who use their truck and trailer and pull it and do outreach events during the week or on a Saturday. And when you do on site, your outreach event better be at the school,
at the facility, right?
Because that's the only way that's taking place. Or now you have to rent a U-Haul truck, right? Or something, and hopefully it all fits and works in there.
Well, and to your point, if you're doing outreach or your trailer is a rolling billboard for your church.
Yeah.
So even on Sunday mornings, going from your storage location to your meeting location, that trip, right? I mean, that can be, and it's usually on the way back because a lot of times it's earlier.
Yeah.
On the way back, that can actually be an opportunity for people to see you if you put the right stuff on there.
Not every church is just right off the road, right? I mean,
true.
I think there's several middle schools and high schools and things like that. Usually a movie theater is kind of like right off, a main road or something like that. You can see it. But a lot of schools are buried away, tucked away.
Yep.
And now you can bring your trailer after it's unloaded, bring it right to the main street. And now you have this massive sign, which is going to do better than any flag can do.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, a great example of that is actually here locally. Oak Point Church, West Bloomfield, shout out to Pastor Joe. They literally park their trailer right by the road.
Yeah.
And it's full, big old sign on the side of the trailer, 24-foot long trailer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really hard to miss that when you're going up and down that street.
And it's better than a sandwich board sign, which is what is probably going to end up out there, or a 16-foot flag sign or something like that. That is a better signage solution for you. And again, with the other options, it's really hard to do that. Most people don't brand a box truck.
Nope.
And then obviously on-site storage, that's not moving. So
it's a big old rolling billboard, right? And you can take it anywhere.
Yeah.
So if your facility, you change facilities and it just goes with you to the next one. Yeah. That's a disadvantage to the container.
Yeah.
Good luck, right? I mean, if your container is full of your gear, you're not going to be super stoked to have, the container company come in with their truck, yank that thing up, and then haul it off. Like, it's not the same as a trailer.
Well, and what are you going to do with all the stuff you're going to do?
Well, that's my, yeah.
Move it somewhere
Right.
to get the
Well,
container up to the ground, right?
So your point, now you got to go get a big enough box truck,
Right.
or 2 or 3
Yeah.
to move all your stuff. You get one of these 40-foot box trucks, or containers, you got to get a box truck, or box truck's big enough. The other piece of that too is what happens if your box truck breaks down on Sunday?
Yeah. Okay. Let me push back to you.
Yep.
What happens if your truck breaks down?
Great. You go get another truck, or
Oh,
you call the backup guy.
Yeah.
And you say, hey, Dave, my truck broke down. Can you get over here and help me get this stuff over to the church?
Yeah, it's hard to get a box truck on a Sunday morning.
Here's my biggest thing. I think we can agree I'm not a huge guy. I can unload a 24-foot long trailer by myself in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Using our cases, our trailer designs, right? Most box trucks, you're not coming anywhere close to that.
And is that, I'm going to guess because most box trucks are liftgate, right?
Liftgate, or most box trucks have a narrow ramp. It's actually not wide enough to get our cases up and down effectively.
Yeah.
And so then you either have to modify the box truck, or that you have to find one of the rare box trucks in the wild that has the 36-inch ramp.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Probably not going to happen, but I'm not going to say impossible, but very unlikely. Whereas our trailers come literally ready to go.
It sounds like truck and trailer over the past 32 years.
Yes.
Fantastic solution. Onsite might be good for, next option if needed.
Sure.
And then box truck, if we have to do it because we're stuck in downtown Manhattan, we can't put an on-site solution, this is the best alternative. There's obviously other options too, like, the school has a massive area that you can store stuff
Sure.
inside the school. That's a great solution.
It can be.
Right.
It depends on who has keys to that room.
Right.
Right.
That's
now,
true.
For what it's worth, we can actually modify our cases to where the cases lock.
Yeah.
And the latches, you can get a locking latch, which that's a whole nother thing. It does add some additional complexity. It's kind of annoying, but it is a viable option.
Yeah.
If we have to go that route.
Well, and you run into the same thing as the Connex or the storage container, right? Of now I can't really do outreach unless I rent a U-Haul truck or whatever, right? So that makes sense to me. In that though, walk me through how choosing poorly in that, but other logistics as well, makes an impact on your staff and your volunteers.
Yes.
And because that's a big decision that has massive repercussions and impact if not chosen correctly.
One of the main components to volunteer burnout is the manual labor required on the setup and teardown process. And so if you have a system where you have doesn't matter what the vehicle is, right? Let's call it box truck, trailer, van,
Horse and
whatever.
buggy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever the thing
Okay.
is. If you're hand carrying individual pieces and parts out and you're playing Tetris every single Sunday, you're literally out there and you're like, well, this one fits in this hole. And you always end up, it seems, a lot of the churches during that scenario end up with 1 or 2 people who know how everything is supposed to be loaded.
Yep.
And if they're not there, you're basically hotboxing yourself, especially in the summertime, for a long time, trying to figure out how to get all this stuff back in there and hope that it's not all beat to pieces when you open it up next week.
Well, and one of the efficient things with truck and trailer, and then I would even include a storage container into this as well, is, and we talk about this at delivery, you pick a case and you take it to its destination, right? Each person grabs one and goes, right? With a box truck, especially if it's liftgate, it's 3 or 4 people getting it onto the liftgate, lowering it down, then someone else taking it, going back up, taking another one, 3 or 4 people down, and it's just time consuming, right?
Is.
And you have a bunch of volunteers standing around saying, why am I here at 6 a.m.? I could have been here at 6:30 because that's when the cases will actually be unloaded.
Right. And
right? Half of them, not even all of them.
Well, and let's be honest, I love Jesus, but I'm not doing setup at 5 a.m.
Right.
It's totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
So that's another component to volunteer burnout that they talk about. So you and I were having a conversation a little bit earlier, kind of offline. And what is it that Portable Church ultimately really offers? What is it that we are bringing and offering to the church?
I'm going to tell you my answer that I told you earlier.
Yep, go ahead.
But I want your answer because I think it's vital. My answer was efficiency.
Yes.
But I love your answer, and so go ahead.
My answer is time.
Okay.
When you strip everything away and you boil it all down, what is it? It's time.
Yeah.
Right? It's the only thing we can't make more of. It's the only thing you can't replace. It's the only thing that when you use it, you never get it back.
Yeah.
So your volunteers feel that every Sunday.
Yeah.
So if we can, through efficiency, improve their experience overall, the probability that you are going to maintain that volunteer relationship and keep that volunteer long-term is significantly higher.
Yeah.
Right? And so our goal is to reduce volunteer burnout to the absolute bare minimum.
Yeah.
And that is done through an efficient, effective system.
Well, and when you have, 12 cases in a system and you have 24 volunteers, that makes it super quick and easy.
Yeah.
But when you need 3 or 4 of them to unload a box truck.
And that's for one.
Right, for one case.
Right.
Right? Because you got to make sure it's stable and all that stuff.
Because ours are, for the record, ours are one-on-one, right?
Yes,
one-on-one. One person, one case.
Yep. One person, one case, and you go all the way to the destination.
That's in the trailer, out of the trailer, off the trailer, into the facility, to its location. Yep. You're done.
And again, I think that you can do that with storage containers if you have the luxury of having something on site. Again,
sure.
those cons that we talked about. Because you can still do the one-for-one because you get a ramp, things like that.
Yep.
Actually, I was at a church recently, and they built a ramp for their Connex, and it was amazing and a great solution. But they also understood the importance of having trailers. So they had 2 trailers and 1 storage container.
Right.
Never once questioned the idea of doing a box truck.
I understand why people choose some of the things that they do. I think a lot of times it's because at some point they either had a bad experience and or they have never actually been exposed to what an efficient trailer system is capable of. I mean, you, myself, and 2 or 3 other guys, we can unload a 24-hour trailer in about 5 minutes.
Well, and not even just unload. I think that's one of the other factors is load it back up too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Like, who doesn't want to be home by football, right?
Right.
On a Sunday. But if you're doing a box truck, sometimes you're not home until the 4:15 or the 4 o'clock game or whatever, right? Because you're loading a box truck that takes forever.
Right.
And so that matters, the load out side of things too, when it can just, you build an assembly line of cases and go, and knock it out in 5 minutes.
Well, let me ask you this. All the deliveries you've done, how long does it typically take on the second training day for them to load the trailer?
Oh man, I might overshoot here, but like no longer than 10 minutes.
Right. That's my answer.
Yeah.
It's usually 10 minutes and they're done.
Yeah.
You ever seen a box truck loaded in 10 minutes?
Oh yeah, no. It's not fun. And sometimes that is a historical preference from a church.
True. And I get that.
Yeah. But if we had any insight to share, it would be know your options, know the pros and cons, and understand that when it boils down to being effective in a portable solution, volunteers matter and their health matters.
Absolutely.
And burning them out is not the goal.
Right.
So,
cool. I don't care what system you have. If your volunteers don't show up, you're gonna have a hard time doing church.